when it comes to the classified documents, Judge Aileen Cannon, obviously put in her position by Donald Trump, has now decided that the trial should be moved. They'd been talking about the possibility of starting it this fall. Nope, that will not happen. It's now going to begin in late May of next year. So May 20th, 2024, the DOJ wanted a trial date as soon as this year. Defense attorneys for Trump would have preferred that it never happen ever. But they were saying at least until after the 2024 election. So this means that the trial will begin, I believe, before the RNC, before the actual election, assuming it happens on May 20th. It is now pushed to a point where it would only take a few more little delays to push it after the election. And even if that doesn't happen, if Donald Trump wants to, and I guarantee you Donald Trump wants to make the claim that this is being done to influence the election, if you think it's going to influence the election, I feel like it's going to influence it more in May than it would in October of this year. And that is now something that has been given to him by one of his judicial appointees. Conveniently.
Right. It's tough to argue that the judicial appointees all are favoring him after being put in place, because some of the highest profile ones have, I mean, all of them have essentially ruled against him in his voter fraud cases. So, and I don't know, I mean, we've talked about her, she's kind of been the point, someone who has seemed friendly to him in terms of her decisions along the way. I have I have like an 88% confidence that this will not happen before the general election. It will be pushed for other reasons later. And I think the usefulness for people of this election, this trial, are that one, it's just kind of looming. I said this on the show before. It's looming. It's another thing about Trump that moderates are just going to be like, I can't handle the guy. He's too much. It'll be good for DeSantis, but he would probably have rather it started happening already. I don't think DeSantis is going to make it. I think the more that this kind of stuff happens, it opens the door for another candidate who hasn't thrown his hat in the ring yet. Someone who hasn't like gone up against Trump and lost. There's the Northams, there's the Hogans who are kind of waiting in the wings to see. What's that?
Youngkin or Kemp or
the Youngkins, yeah.
Abbott.
They're the ones that are just kind of sitting there and hoping Trump falls after DeSantis face plants and just goes like, we need a reliever here to come in, and they'll be like, all right, fine. And there's that.
Well, we will certainly see. I'm sure there are some people who would have loved to have it pushed up so that it could potentially harm him more during the primary. But we also know that developments in these cases often lead to more support for him. So maybe pushing it back actually hurts him in the primary. I think a case could be made in either direction. I really hope that it happens in May, though. I want some clarification on this, but we're all gonna have to stay tuned to find out.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.